Hi guys, Keith Arkenberg Farms. It's now about the second week of April, and our last frost day is the third day of April, so that means we are basically in go time right now. I was looking at the extended forecast and it looks like we might have a night near freezing, which I can bring out row covers and such out here. But hey, that means it is time to start rolling on the farm. Was doing some research last night on kohlrabi. Really couldn't find any good information out there, so I decided to show you all how we do it here on the farm. And just a reminder, arkenbergfarms.com. Scroll down to the bottom, digital tools and training down there. Got a bunch of cool spreadsheets and other stuff down there. Also have the sidewall openers available. We've got the roll-up version, and then we've also got the opener version, both that we have on the farm and the greenhouse behind me. Also, we have the subscription portion of the YouTube channel open. You can head over to at Farmer Keith and sign up for that. There's 3 levels, so check that out. It's very cool and very helpful. For us, kohlrabi is a very profitable crop. I think we sell them for $2 a bulb. I might be underestimating that a little bit. People just love them in our region, and we're one of the few places you can actually get them because we're one of the few people who actually grow them. Our technique is very, very easy. As you can see, I got the block planted out, set out behind me. I put down a 100-pound equivalent of our Nature Safe 855. That gives me a 100-pound equivalent of nitrogen in the soil. That's our prep right there. That's all we do. Work it into the soil. Then we plant 200 cell flats. We put 3 seeds per cell. Do that with vacuum seeder. Makes it very quick, very easy. Then we wait about 5, maybe 6 weeks. These are starting to get a little yellow on top. They probably could have been planted out last week, but I was just kind of waiting for the weather to hold off. They were planted out, let's see, March 1st. I believe it's now about April 10th. So that is about 6 weeks. We've got a nice plug, not too much root binding on the end of it. Like I said, these probably could have went out last week. And then we've got anywhere from 3 to 4 in these. If you don't have germination that fills 3 or 4, if you get like 2s and 1s, you just squish 2 plugs together and put them in the hole. That gives you your 3. But the idea is to have 3 plants per hole. Our landscape fabric, we're doing 3x3 spacing, which is 10 inches in row, 10 inches in between row. That seems to be an adequate spacing for us. I like to get them in as early as possible because we have such bad grass pressure up here. It will start to push through and crowd them out. I've had bad experiences over there. They will make it, but you have a mess that you got to clean up afterwards. So I guess now we'll just go through the process and start planting. Now, the planting process is very easy, very straightforward. We just grab the plugs and pull them right out. This is what it's really useful to have a good potting mix to be able to do this. So we got 2 and 1, so that'll be 1. I typically pull them out. I go 1, 2, and then 3. That one broke off, but do 3 and drop, drop, drop. Got another single. 1, 2, and 3. And just throw them out on the fabric as we go. I got some little tiny ones here at the tail end of this tray. I don't think they're going to pull very nicely. I might have to actually dibble those out of there. But I'll go through and I'll lay out the whole entire bed before I start sticking them in the holes. Now with the whole bed laid out, it's time to start sticking them in the holes. It's really quite simple as that. For that, I've got a very farm specific tool for me. It's my dibbler stick. Just made out of a 2x4 that was cut, I don't know, an inch wide maybe. One end I tapered down to the size of a 100 cell flat so it sticks in there, and it's about, I don't know, a thumb deeper. And the other end, 200 cell flat dibbler, same thing. it's about maybe an inch deeper, but it is the exact size of the hole in that flat. So if you've got a really well prepped, really well balanced soil and it's watered just right, it'll leave a perfect hole in it. Mine's just a little sticky, so it kind of brings it back up a little bit. But like usual, standard market garden stance, and you just start plugging the things. I do have a little bit of problems at the ends of my beds. They're a little bit harder. Here's the instance of 2. I just squish them together, pick the hole, stick them both in it. And we just go and repeat all the way down the bed. So for variety, I'm using Tarek and Treo. They're both baseball-sized kohlrabis. They're both green. People in my area don't like the purple ones or don't really care. They just want a nice green kohlrabi. And they want it about baseball size and not much bigger. When we go to harvest these, we will actually just take all of the leaves, bring them up, put a rubber band on them, and then cut it off at the base. So it's pretty simple. It's one of the easier crops we grow. We started the seed, we put it in the greenhouse, it came out, we transplanted it. Next time we'll touch it again. We might have to weed the holes a little bit, probably not, but then we harvest. Makes it a big time saver. So we'll just complete that all the way down the bed. In about 30 minutes time, I've planted out about 100 foot of bed of kohlrabi. There's roughly 3 in there each, 150 per bed. So that's about 800, probably about 800 kohlrabi when we're done. $250 a piece, that's $1,600 for these 2 beds. Just like that. So that's one of the reasons I love growing it. Everybody also loves it too. That's one of the reasons they come to our stand. We like to keep it diversified and have more options at our stand. We do use this exact same technique right here for beets and onions. A lot of people question about the onions. We look for a nice little baseball, at most, bracket ball size onion. So you get them out of the holes one at a time. Same thing with the beets. You have to take them out one at a time. So you'll have one mature and the other 2 will be smaller. You pull out the mature one, you leave the other 2. You have to be very careful while you're doing that because you will yank up the other ones. Kohlrabis, on the other hand, you just chop them little boogers off and you just let it go. I have heard somewhere that you can just leave that in there and it'll grow another one. I've never seen that happen out here. I don't know if it's just because we pulled the fabric and gotten rid of it. But as I said, all the information on YouTube and on the internet sucks on growing these things. It's very simple. 3 per hole, 10 inches by 10 inches. And that's about it. Landscape fabric, water, and harvest when they're about the size of like baseballs. So hope y'all like what we saw today. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all. Have a good day.